And another one going throughout the day. I have to say that I didn't have a bias because we were because I made a mistake, but we were going up and up, and here I'm expecting us to go lower. We make change in the state and just go lower, but we didn't. We start going not quickly but surely up in this to this leg. And the thing here is we inversed this, but it never worked. Now, what I want to talk about is that we left from Nvidia earnings right here data lows, and we swept the data highs, but we are so far from these data lows that we can't consider them. We can't consider this data low because we are so far from it when we were up here that we can't really consider it. But we can say that this was some kind of chopping around, some sort of accumulation, manipulation, and distribution, the power of 3. But if we go here in 1 minute, we had a death candle through this fair value gap. Now it is a good trade. It is a good trade due to the momentum, but the thing that made me not take this trade is the fact that right here we left equal highs above, and the fact that I don't have really a bias for the day. Before this, I didn't really have a bias for the day, and with these equal highs, I don't have the confidence to short this. But the thing here is, this was like the short of the year. This will be the stop loss, and I don't know. We could like take contracts here, but if we waited for the data lows, this will be just insane. I didn't take it. That's definitely okay. Another trade that I looked at that you guys could maybe that someone could maybe have taken, I didn't. Not a bad trade. I kind of liked it. Is that at 8:30, if we go into 1 minute, this is a data low, and we inverse this 50-second right here, and this is data lows, and this is the one setup for life. We could also wait for this one, which is a tiny one. I didn't really like it because we chopped. If we just inversed it with a lot of momentum and we inversed it like to here, but the fact that we chopped and you kind of not chopped, the fact that we stalled and respected this for the second made me not take this trade, and I wasn't really paying the most attention to it. But I didn't take it due to this fact. I didn't check if we had SMTs, an SMT with ES, which would be something wise to do, but I didn't, and that's definitely okay. Then I started looking for the chase play. Now, what is a chase play? We are going solo, and I'm expecting us, due to all this momentum, to go to the data lows. That I am looking for some sort of retest, so I can take a trade. And we left this one here, and we had, and I am not going to show it on ES, but so I don't take any more of time. But here we have an SMT with ES, and I didn't take this because we have momentum. We are so low that we want to have the perfect conditions, and this is so tiny that we took this, and I said, I'm not going to risk my money on this one, due to the fact that we didn't inverse it right away. What I wanted us to see preferably was us taking the liquidity on NQ, also leave an SMT with ES, and with a really better momentum than this one inversed. And this to me would be a loss, because to me the loss will be the close above the fair value gap. Now, I could have taken the trade, the retry of the trade, because when we made this order block right here, this would be like a decent trade, but this was so quick and we are so low that I don't really want to take this type of trades. But for this one, this will have to be a 1 hour, which will make the TP around here, and it will be a break even once we passed this one. So then we just start going down and down and down, and here we took the data loss. So now I am waiting for structure so I can see what is going to happen. And sometimes when we take a big liquidity pool, this isn't just an option, or either we go down or we shop. But sometimes we go really far away from the liquidity pool, like it doesn't matter, or it does matter, it makes the price go lower. Or we can just shop around right here and we can get like a retracement a little up for the market then to go down. Now, I don't really like the trades where we take a trade to when we take a long to the place we want to short. I usually prefer to wait for that short. But the thing here is, we had the good momentum through this. This was a 1 minute, but it didn't trigger. And then we came lower, we swept this liquidity on NQ, we left an SMT with ES. Now notice that here we are not, I don't think that we are respecting anything, I guess. Well, I could say that we are respecting that order block that we have right there at the 30 seconds, but I think I will be pushing it a little bit, because at the moment I wasn't noticing that. We can say that we respected the 30-second order block, but I'm not going to talk about it because that's not my thoughts during the trade. The thing here is, we went so low that we can keep going really, really lower or go a little bit higher. And the thing here is, this was a decent high. Okay, it's a swing high. Sometimes we don't live like this obnoxious. This isn't really the best one. If I go far away from my computer, the really high that marks to me is this one, not this, not this, not this. Maybe this one, but this is too far away. And right here, we came down and I saw this one. Now, this is a really small fair value gap, and the small fair value gaps are not that obvious, so they are not the best ones to take. And here we have another one. So we could take this trade, but the stop loss, the break even will be here, and maybe we would have gotten to break even because this was really fast. But I wanted this one. I wanted us to take this one. And when we took this, I made a mistake. I normally take trades here. I come to MNQ and I market buy the contract that I want. The problem is, when I open this third short, I forgot to type MNQ and it just opened and mirrored the first one. So it opened on NQ, and here I enter the trade, and this will supposedly be my take profit. But I entered the trade with 2 MNQs. The market went a little bit down and went up. I closed it with a little bit of profit. I closed it in 200 profit because I was trusting the trade. But when I figured it out and I went to MNQ and take the trade right here because I thought this was a really good trade due to the momentum that we had going up. This is the momentum that I want. When I talked about the first one that I said, the momentum wasn't perfect. This is the momentum that I want to see. Not perfect. Perfection here doesn't exist. It's the closest thing that we can get to it. This is really good. and I entered it. Hopefully the market gave me some time to enter it again. I entered with a bigger stop loss, so my TP would need to be something like this, and I saw this go with such a good momentum that I took the trade till here. So I took 4 contracts. My stop loss will be something like this. Maybe this is not really good calculated. The stop loss should be like, this should be like 3 contracts, but it's okay, that's fine. And I took the 4 contracts on this swing high, and that's really, this 45 points, it's really high. I didn't wait it anymore. I could take this trade. This would be a trade that I would have taken. I take this type of trades. Okay, normally I don't take them after we swept an obvious, kind of obvious high. Normally I take it before we sweep this high and target this high. But with this momentum, this is a type of trade because due to this V shape, this is a kind of trade that I would have taken maybe if we had some sort of like 5-second SMT that I wouldn't even look for. Don't look for 5-second SMTs. But forget this one. This was later. This was after the play had already played out, so this isn't as good as the one below. And this is a trade that I took. I only took one trade, but in theory I did take 2 or more. Or no, in theory I took 1. It's okay. I took 2 trades. This was only trade that I took that I was, well, this was admissible because the first one was just a mistake, and it was exactly the same trade. And of course I didn't held. I had conviction on this trade, but of course I didn't held the NQ contracts because that would be just insane. The amount of points that we were placing in the market. This is for today. Kind of boring, this last part, but that's fine. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.